Don't miss these huge Labor Day sales. If you're in the market for a new speaker, amplifier, turntable, or anything else, well, now's the time to act. There's never been a better time until the next sale. Think about what you can get for $4,000. You can get a motorcycle, a used RV, maybe a semester's worth of college, a whole bunch of pellet grills and wood pellets and a bunch of meat to make, a brand new television, a canoe, maybe a used car. There's a lot of things you can get for $4,000. Anyway. Our friends over at Emotiva are running a sale. If you buy an XBA amp and you're in the market for a processor, you get an extra 25% off. They also have a factory renewed event which ends September 4th, so that's coming up. You can get a Base-X PT1 for $424. What else you got? TA2, $934. Some XT1s, some of my favorite speakers, $849. Which is insane, because that should be a $1,500 to a $2,000 speaker anyway. You can get some XB1s, which I love, at $381. That's the ticket right there. If you are after clarity, if you've never heard a ribbon tweeter done well, XB1 is an easy way to get into that for $381. So go check out Emotiva. XT2s too, $1,200. Advanced Paris is also rolled back their prices, just like Walmart. Rollback on the prices. The A10 Classic is finally back to what it was when I bought it. And I did buy that. Now, I got a bit of a discount, but I still bought that. A10 Classic, probably my favorite hi-fi piece of all time. It has the coolest blue meters. It has more connections than the Matrix when they were using people as batteries. 2 sub-outs. This thing is just amazing. I love it. I love this thing. Tubes on the front. Has a Class A bias. It's just amazing. If you're going to get one piece, and you're into this look, which I am, if you're going to get one piece, this is the one to get. If you really want a good one, and you got the cash, the A12 Classic is amazing too. Little bit outside my price range though. Once there's like a 4 in front of something, I kind of lose interest. 3, little bit less loss of interest, but still loss of interest. 2, for whatever my brain can accept a 2. Not quite there yet on a 3 or a 4. But this thing, balanced, it has 2 power supplies for each side. Basically, you have kind of 2 mono amps inside. I really want this. I bet it's amazing. TAC is running some great sales too. The TN180BTA, man, these model numbers. Anyway, it's a turntable for $200. Basically, all their turntables are on sale. One of my favorite little CD players, and I know some people don't like the front loaders in the slot, but this one's great. $379. It's normally $450. PD301X. I've been using this one quite a bit. Just did a video yesterday on comparing a vintage CD player to a new CD player. Here's the takeaway. Vintage CD players, for the most part, were overbuilt, had better parts, especially like in the 80s. In the 90s, they got better DAC. So the 80s ones didn't sound as good because of the DAC. The 90s ones sound better because of the DAC, but the parts got it a little bit less robust. Anyway, you can get a new one. This is the Onkyo DX C390 6-disc CD changer. And there's an open box for $254. It's on sale right now for $299. But I'm probably going to be buying this open box today. Who doesn't want a 6-disc CD player? Also has an optical and coaxial output on the back. So if you don't love the internal DAC, you can, well, hook it up to whatever else you want. Crutchfield's also running just the usual sales. I got the perpetually on sale Klipsch RP8000F for $400 a piece. That speaker, big drop in the mid-range, but it still sounds fun. Looks like you have the first gen reference Premier Klipsch stuff all on sale. $350 for a pair of RP600Ms. Not terrible. You get to a point though where it's just, this is the price. I I mean, they have a retail price there, but it never sells at that price. Maybe for the first 30 seconds after the product's been released, but now it's always on sale. Anyway, 350 bucks. Which is probably what that speaker should have sold for in the beginning. KEF Q150, which I think is the best KEF speaker ever made. Fight me on that. It's so much better than the LS50. Anyway, it's 350 bucks. Used to go on sale down to $300, but obviously they have a bunch of these laying around because that speaker has been replaced. But buy this one because I think this one sounds better. You got the NAD C368 with Blue Sound on sale for $999, which is a $900 discount. And there's probably a reason why they're discounting it so much. I don't love these new NADs. I think they sound pretty harsh. They're Class D. I just don't like them. I don't think they sound, there's not a lot of body, soul, personality. Probably not going to color the sound at all. However, I like a little color in my life. And you get Blue Sound. It's actually not a crazy bad deal because for $1,000, you're getting a streaming amplifier and have more options than a Blue Sound. I mean, look at all that on the back. You got multiple DAC in, you got a bridge mode, which means you can get more power out of this thing. All sorts of stuff. So this is, well, probably going to get replaced or discontinued. You can get a Mark Levinson amp that's $4,000 off. How would you feel if you like bought this at retail? Spent $11,000 and then all of a sudden it's $4,000. Think about what you can get for $4,000. You can get a motorcycle, a used RV, maybe a semester's worth of college, a whole bunch of pellet grills and wood pellets and a bunch of meat to make, a brand new television, a canoe, maybe a used car. There's a lot of things you can get for $4,000. Anyway, Super Linton. Now here's the deal. $300 off, which isn't a ton, but they're $2,999. And that's a great speaker. But I think the Super Linton kind of fills in a little bit of missing information on the top end. ES20s are on sale for $340. This is a good speaker. XT20s. This is a great garage speaker. And for $225, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Don't expect this thing to be the highest of fidelity. It's a fun speaker. It's a V-shaped speaker, great for rock and roll. You're going to get a lot of bass bump, face, fist, bass pump, and a decent tweeter. So if you're just coming from maybe a Bluetooth speaker or some type of all-in-one system, maybe a soundbar, this is a lot of fun for $25. The regular Wharfdale Lintons are coming in $300 off too, for $2,000 a pair. Matched pair of stand mount speakers with speaker stands. Okay, that's cool because those speaker stands are legit awesome. A lot of speaker stands you might get aren't great. These are the perfect size. You can put some records in there. Great looking speaker, great looking stands, real wood veneer, 3-way. A little bit warm, but still they grow on you. And your brain starts to fill in any of that detail that you think might be missing. And they're beautiful to look at. Timeless. JBL L82, $600 off. I mean, it was still $2,600, which I think is overpriced, but they're a good looking speaker. I've never had these in. I would love to get them in. I'll put a general link for Crutchfield, but check out all of these sales because there's a ton of stuff on sale. Moving on to Amazon. Let's see what they have. The Polk T15. This is ridiculous. I can't believe these things are still out there. This is quite possibly one of the worst speakers I've ever heard. It's $134, which they claim to be on sale. You used to be able to get these things for $60 at Best Buy and on Amazon. Has 11,222 reviews, 4.7 stars. Worst speaker I've ever heard. It's terrible. I'd rather have the Bose Cubes, an old Bose Acoustimass system you can probably get for $25 at a flea market or out of somebody's old storage shed than these things. Ooh, Weem VibeLink amp. Says it's 10% off, but it looks like the same price to me. This is a great amp. $299. Oh, okay. So there's a coupon. So you can get this thing for $300 or $270, which really good. This is a great sounding amp. I highly recommend this amplifier. You pair this up with the Weem Ultra, and you've got a nice little silver apple looking system. And the Ultra is also 10% off. So that whole system was 10%. That's $32. So that's $298. $298 plus $270. The whole system's coming in at under $600. That's hard to beat. See what our friends over at Fosi Audio have. Kind of the same. They're always on sale, right? The ZA3, 10% off. So what is that? $149. So $135 for the ZA3. It's really good. You can buy 2 of them, run them in mono. The ZP3, which is their preamp, that's coming in at $199. So actually coming in at $180 because they have 10% off. ZD3, it's a great little system. You can put the ZD3, which has an HDMI ARC. It's a DAC, so it has a bunch of everything you'll need with the DAC, but it also has HDMI ARC. That with the ZP3, with the ZA3, that 6-disc CD changer, a pair of those ES20s from Polk, man, you're going to have a rocking and rolling system for not a lot of money. Anyway, that's it. If I missed any sales, put them in the comments. If anything else is a crazy deal going on right now. All the links in the description are going to be affiliate links, except for RSL. I don't have an affiliate relationship with them. If you missed my video yesterday on CD players, it's really good. I talk about vintage CD players versus new CD players and which ones you should get. Don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Binge listen. Also, if you want to support the channel, check the links in the description. Coffee mugs. I got the Cam Coffee Club, which is awesome. You get a free Cam Coffee Club mug and some delicious coffee each month. Thank you so much for watching.